Hello again, Susanna here at my lovely office. I'm trying to get as many palm trees in the back as I can. I want to share. It was a little brighter sky. It's getting a little funky out here right now. So this is a beautiful question. So someone asked, how do you deal with shyness, either being shy or helping other people deal with their shyness? That's such a difficult one because shyness is it can be painful. So what does it mean to be shy? And I looked up the Webster's dictionary definition. So basically it just means being timid around others, being uncomfortable in group or public situations, feeling awkward around others. So they gave these little generic, it's kind of a generic definition, but what does it mean to be shy? If you've ever been shy, I've been there, believe it or not. And even though I'm just talking to a camera, I visualize I'm talking to thousands of people, even if it's just, hi, the 5 of you, or 2, or whatever. It's all good. But it's a process getting over it. But what does it mean? How do you feel when you feel shy? Some people, it's horrifying. Some people are so afraid to be around others. It's nauseating. You break out in a cold sweat. Some people just feel awkward, feel uncomfortable, can't make eye contact, looking away, can be around people but don't want to be noticed. Those are those of us that are the wallflowers. We sit in the back and hope nobody sees us. Look at me, but please don't see me, don't look at me. And again, there are different levels of shyness. So in dealing with that, find out, we're going to try to hit on as many as possible, but it's kind of all encompassing though. So what is it? It's basically a fear of being seen, and it's, of people looking at us. And it's not that just people looking at us, because maybe we can walk down the street or we can go grocery shopping or something, but we just don't want to be noticed. We don't want people staring at us. So what does that mean? It means we don't want to be judged. Now, isn't that most of the case? Any of you that have ever gone through these shy moments, we worry about being judged. I know that was, in my personal case, that's what it was. And then I took a public speaking class in college. And I knew the subject matter. That wasn't a problem. I could get up and talk about that all the time. I could talk into a cassette recorder at the time. I could talk into a recorder. I knew my stuff. I could talk one-on-one with someone, and that was easier, because I knew the subject matter. If I was talking about myself, that's a whole nother thing. I'd be like, why do you want to know about me? Tell me about you, But then, the way I got over that was, 1, I had to have it for the grade. 2, I just kept telling myself well, you know what? If they're going to be judging me, I get to judge them too, because everyone has to get up in front of the class. 30 people, we all have to do it. So in my brain, it was okay. I've got to do this. Everyone else has got to do it. I'm just going to go along to get along, kind of thing. And right before I stepped up, I was pretty freaked out. I was getting sweaty, getting clammy, and my brain almost stopped, and I just started focusing on the subject matter that I needed to talk about. And I kept telling myself, okay, this information is so important. These people need to hear it, and I have to get it across. And when I stepped out there, it's almost like I left my body and someone else took over, and it went really well. In fact, I still have that on video, VHS, somewhere. I had to figure out a way to download that and share that. It'd be pretty funny. But after that, then I was shaking. I made it through just fine, and I did well. But afterwards, as soon as I stopped, it was like, oh my God, I can't believe I just did that. So I know how it feels to be shy, but also I've worked through, and as we get older, things get easier, and we don't worry so much about what other people think. That's a big one. But if we also remember, we're never alone. We're always protected. We always have backup. Someone has our back. We don't need to be afraid. We don't need to be so concerned about what other people think. You know, what's the saying? Other people's opinion is none of my business, or something. Other people's opinion of me is none of my business, or something like that. And that's kind of how that goes. But know that we've got our angel backup. We've got spirit guides. We've got family members and spirit friends that are there to help us and protect us as well. And to hold us up, you know, to pat us on the back and let us know that we are safe, that we are, what's the biggest concern? We are good enough. We're good enough. Better than, even, lots of times. And remembering that as well. You know, focus on the positive aspects of yourself. Focus on all your good qualities. Because there's always going to be someone judging us. Always. It's human nature for some strange reason. It's that, you know, there's always someone who's trying to pick apart other people to make themselves look better. You know, find every little flaw. And in fact, I did a video on that. You know, maybe our greatest flaw is our greatest gift. So we can remember that as well. We can work with that. You know, maybe our shyness is our greatest gift, because when we get across that, or get over that hurdle, we're so much stronger emotionally, mentally, and we can do so much more, and we can help others when we can actually communicate and get out there. And so working on that. So start a list. You know, if you have a hard time finding things that are good about yourself, ask people that love you, you know? Ask friends, ask family members to tell you what they love about you. Even if you don't want to believe it at the time, you know, trust that. People do love us. Even if one person hates us, there's tens of thousands that love us, or that will love us, because maybe we haven't met them yet. You know, and oftentimes that one person who hates us, or people who hate, it's an internal issue. It's not about that person that they're hating on. It's about what they're not feeling good enough about themselves, that they need some work. I mean, we can go on with a lot of stuff that's going on in the world these days. There's a lot of that going on, and people lashing out to be part of the crowd, to fit in, or, you know, hey, that's what they're doing, and because they don't want to be seen as different, or to stand out by saying, hey, this isn't right, you know. And if more people would stand up and, you know, stop the hate, just love people. We're all different for a reason, and that brings us right back to this. You know, there's no reason to be shy. We're all different, and we're all a beautiful piece of this puzzle that creates this universe. And we have a purpose. You know, just existing is purpose enough, but the more we can get out and communicate and share ourselves with others, you know, people can learn from us, we can learn from others, and we can share that and build on that. And that's what makes this world a better place. You know, even if we have differences, talk about that. Why do you believe the way you believe? Why do I believe the way I believe? You know, that's how we learn. Sometimes we'll sway each other, maybe we won't, but that's okay. You know, we can still be friends. We can still talk. We can talk about something besides politics or whatever, and enjoy life and work together to help others in making this world a better place. So again, remembering, most important, they're saying, come back to, don't forget about us. Don't forget about us. You have your angels and guides with you for support. You know, oftentimes that helps. I know that helps me a lot. You know, even when I'm doing these videos, it's all channeled. It's all direct. I don't plan it, you know, other than the question. You know, when I'm pulling cards, same kind of thing. It's whatever comes. If I screw up, I screw up. That's why I don't like to edit either. You know, here I'm eating my hair because the wind always just happens to pick up when I turn the camera on. I'm not worried about it. I'm not wearing makeup. Judge me, come on. And I know lots of people who really could be doing this work and do public speaking and things like that, but they don't want to be judged. They have so much information to share, so many gifts. I have a beautiful friend that needs to be doing this, but again, she's shy in public because she's worried about being judged, because she was bullied when she was younger, and not so long ago, and she doesn't want to subject herself to that. She's better off doing it subtly, doing it behind the camera, doing it, you know, writing which is beautiful as well. It's still getting her information out, getting her story out, and she's an amazing, gifted woman. I'm still working on her, but it's a process, and you can't rush it. It's just like with grieving too. We can't rush how we feel, you know. But it's learning to strengthen ourselves, knowing that we have all this support, and knowing that, you know, even when there's other people there, you know, there's always going to be someone shyer than you. And if you can step up and take that chance and put yourself out there and do it baby steps, you know, gradually talk to one person, you know, spend a little more time in a busier grocery store maybe, and just baby steps too. No need to rush anything. You know, some people will just say, oh, stop being so shy, get over it, just get over it. It doesn't, you know, y'all know it doesn't work that way with anything. Just like grieving, oh, just get over it. No, it does. Everything in time. And everybody's different. Everybody's time frame is different. So processing that, and again, focusing on all the positive things. Look at yourself in the mirror every day and find one thing to be, just one thing that you like that day. It's like, oh, hey, my eyes aren't puffy. No, don't say it that way. Keep it positive. Oh, look, I've got smoother eyes. There we go, something like that. And build on that a little bit every day, because the more you see something good about yourself, the more good you're going to see. And then you'll feel more comfortable with sharing that with the world. Because your beautiful face needs to be out there. You need to share your energy. So many of us are like this so much these days. You know, granted, I do love my texts for appointments and stuff, so it's all documented. But, and it's easier to do when someone's standing there, you know, so it doesn't feel as rude as talking on the phone. But again, getting out and communicating with others, human to human contact, eye to eye contact, and we don't do a lot of that anymore. So baby steps with it. Remember that, you know, when you are shy, when you're afraid of being judged for who you are, know that you're good enough. Know that you have backup and support, and know that you are good enough or better than, because we're all one. We're all a part of God, and so are you. So work on that. Try that. At least find your beauty, and start feeling that love and releasing the fear this week. Okay? Have a beautiful week.